push us down, but we rise again. From the ashes, from the hunger, from the shame we're in, we the people, storm-torn steeple, cracked stained glass, but the light shines equal. We are not the chains that keep you in. We the people. Yeah, we the people.
Oh, what a week, man. What a week, what a weekend. We are streaming live, from the America First Warehouse. We are streaming, trying to become, and we will become the #1 conservative podcast in all of social media. You are streaming live with We the People, with the Midnight. And I have to tell you, we just got done watching a hell of a day with Dr. Fauci, and basically watching him, it is absolutely opened up so many wounds that I thought just was gone and went away. And I'm watching senator after senator, and they're just going at it. And I'm like, this is unbelievable. This guy is not going to answer one question. I'm finding myself getting angry. I'm in the middle of this. I'm just saying, okay, here we go. I want to get some answers. We're going to know the truth. We're going to see what happens. And then he just keeps pleading the fifth and pleading the fifth. It's like, ark, like a parrot, ark, I'm pleading the fifth. He just kept pleading the fifth. And I'm like, and then I see some comments coming through on my social media. Well, he's been pardoned. He when you get pardoned, that you give up your rights to plead the fifth. It's all you've got to answer these questions. So the bad news is we didn't get any answers today. The good news is, I really do believe, as I'm sitting here, on this podcast, is that we are going to see a possible indictment, a possible prison time, a possible let's go get some retribution for the man that I believe is responsible for killing and taking the lives of millions upon millions of people. And forget about the fact that he took millions of people. What about the relationships he broke up, the divorces he's created, the children that men lost and women were fighting in courts, and people were losing their lives, and you couldn't even go to the funeral. You would have to go to the funeral through a Zoom because of this piece of shit. I have to tell you, I have a lot of clips on what this first segment is about with Dr. Fauci. And I started on my own social media, I started what we call the Fauci files, and to show people, what is happening and what's going on, because it is beyond an atrocity. So, there's a couple of really good clips from some senators that totally roasted him today. The first asset I want to show you guys is from Senator Marino. I mean, just take a look at this. I mean, we'll come back and talk about it. For asset number one, Senator Marino.
It was about 6 years ago today that I decided I'm going to give up my businesses, sell them all, run for office, run for the United States Senate. Here I am sitting in front of you 6 years later saying, who the fuck do you think you were for doing that? It is a total disgrace what you did to this country. And if my Democrat colleagues are standing there defending you, I hope the voters of the United States of America watch the clips of every one of you doting on a guy who was more interested in being a celebrity than saving American people.
To every one of those Democratic disgusting senators that supported Dr. Fauci and didn't have the balls and the guts to stand up against what this animal was. I'm going to tell you right now that I think the numbers in the United States of America, over 1 million people have lost their lives to COVID. I don't know what the numbers around the world, but this was not just a doctor for the United States of America. This man, he had a responsibility because people were listening to him on every word he spoke. Just like as an influencer, I'm very well aware that people listen to all of my words and what I'm saying at all times, that I've got a responsibility to make sure that I lead every single one of you the right way and not down a dangerous path to get anybody hurt, no less lose your lives. And the question is, who the fuck does this guy think he was? It was more important for him to be, in the spotlight of Hollywood, like a movie star. He was so like a glorified doctor than saving the lives of the American people. This guy is beyond disgusting. He should be indicted immediately, put in prison for the rest of his life. And matter of fact, I got to tell you, they should put him and try him for murder of millions upon millions of people. And I got to tell you, he should face the death penalty from what I saw. This is disgusting. I got to tell you, I'm going to continue. You're going to see next on this next asset. He's one of my favorite senators. Not because I agree with his policies all the time, because when he goes to roast somebody, there's nobody that roasts anybody better than Senator Hawley. Take a look at asset number 2. Senator Hawley shoving the stick right up Dr. Fauci's ass.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, nothing says honesty like taking the fifth, huh, Doc? Let's try something. What day of the week is it today?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color tie are you wearing?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color's the carpet in front of you?
Oh, my God. Answer a question, Dr. Fauci.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Let's just get one thing straight. You don't have any rights under the Fifth Amendment because you've been pardoned, as you very well know. As the Supreme Court has been clear for a century and more, Brown versus Walker, 1896, when he has been pardoned, he may not stand upon his privilege. You know that. Your lawyers sitting behind you now shifting nervously in their chairs, they know it. This isn't about the Constitution. This isn't about the law. This is about contempt. Contempt for this body and contempt for the American people.
I mean, I got to tell you, they're going to hang him. They're going to hang him out to dry, and maybe that we'll have the opportunity to bring every single one of them down as well. I'm going to continue going on with this because it was a circus. This was a circus. Clip number 3, Senator Rand Paul.
So I would say, sir, sit quietly and don't say another word. I said, sit quietly. You are not recognized. Another word and you're gone. In fact, the attorney was told not to sit at the table, and he's not obeying that recommendation. There's a row behind you, sir. That's where you were told to sit, and you're not. And now you're disrupting the proceedings. And so, look, this is the way Anthony Fauci wants to be remembered, for a lawyer not listening to the rules. That's the way you want to be remembered, and that's what you're going to do. You are not recognized, sir. Security, please remove him from the room.
You know, for every promised, for every child's birthday, for every wedding that was canceled, for every time that we had to keep our children home and mask them up and shoot this in you and shoot that at you and take a boost here and take a boost there, for every elderly person that lost their lives in the hospital and suffered under those stupid ventilators, this guy is worse than Mengele. As far as I'm concerned, he's worse than Hitler. He is a real living Dr. Frankenstein. And there's even morons from the Democratic Party for the hatred of Donald Trump. They hate our president so much that they would agree and side with this monster. Take a look at Senator Hassan, coming out of Senator Hassan, how she comes and defends it. I think it's asset number 4.
It is unfortunate that you have been put in the position that you are in today. And it must be enormously frustrating to know that this hearing is designed to entrap you. It must be very frustrating for your attorneys to hear the chair's mischaracterization of the legal issues and posture that impact your decisions at the witness table today.
So I can't tell you. And you get these people that are defending this. And where was her mother at this time and her father? Where was she? Where were her kids? Was she not covered up? Did she live on the? Was she on the planet? Did she not suffer through this? Did she live on another island? Did she live in Mars? How can she look into the face of this monster, this Senator Hassan, and side with him and defend this man? This is as evil gets. They hurt us. They tortured us. They put us through hell and back. They lied to us, deceitful, everything they can to control us, the American people, the Democrats, the libtards. You guys took this hook, line, and sinker while people with common sense were saying, this is nuts. This is crazy what they're trying to do to us. Meanwhile, the people of Florida, Ron DeSantis, God bless that governor. Greatest governor in the whole entire United States of America, said, absolutely not under my watch. We live in a free Florida. God bless Ron DeSantis. Anyway, when we come back, we're going to take a commercial break. And when we come back, we've got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about the Iranian war, and then we're going to talk about our favorite guest, Zohran Mamdani. We'll see you when you are live back with the midnight. I'll be back on 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Most people think they have options when searching for the best deals when they travel. But here's the shocking truth. 100% of the major travel agencies are owned by just 2 entities, Expedia and Booking Holdings. They claim to offer the lowest rates, but due to the hotel rate parity agreement, they all have the same pricing, limiting genuine competition. When you book through these sites, you act as your own travel agent, but the profits are going to organizations that don't support our patriot values. We cannot allow that to continue. So, we decided to make travel great again by starting a US-based travel membership platform, mypatriottravel.com. We are patriots helping patriots. Together, we can disrupt the travel industry by not spending our hard-earned dollars supporting the radical left. For just $29.99 per month, you gain access to true wholesale rates on travel, saving you on average 35% and up to 65%. Book as often as you like, with no limits. Keep your hard-earned dollars in your pocket and spend them on things you need and want to support. Go to mypatriottravel.com/TAFW and grab your membership today. mypatriottravel.com/TAFW. Making travel great again.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
I'm sure you guys remember the platinum single, Justice for All, with Donald Trump and the J6 Prison Choir. Well, get ready for round 2. We're coming out with Anthem of the Free with High Res and the J6 Prison Choir. It's coming out now. It's pre-sale until December 19th when it drops. Get yours on all platforms, Google Play, Apple iTunes. Get it. It's going to be hot.
Justice for all, our voices ring. The anthem of the free.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of We the People, streaming live, at the America First Warehouse, the most patriotic warehouse, not only Long Island and New York. I got to tell you, I haven't seen anything like this. I'm so proud and so grateful to be part of this journey with these guys. And when before commercial break, we were talking about Dr. Fauci and all the things that are happening, and at the end of the day. This guy should be tried. As far as I'm concerned, he should be tried for murder. Thousands upon thousands, millions of people lost their lives, ventilators, and all kinds of shots this and shots that, and I forget about that. The mental stability that was stolen from so many people. The mental health, the mental stability. I have to tell you. Even for the midnight, I went through a time of hell and back, and I was stripped of everything through this disgusting disease. And I look at Dr. Fauci, and I'm like, "Yep, that's him. That's the man. That's the man that did this to us." Anyway, let's get over to the Iranian war, because our president is as compassionate, as he can be. Warning after warning after warning, and he still hasn't really released hell on earth to the IRGC. He still hasn't, come down on them and give them exactly what they deserve. But the latest news today, breaking news just coming in, is that the IRGC attacked American bases over there in Jordan. Thank God, by the good grace of God, that all of the missiles were intercepted. Nobody got hurt, but they had only a few minutes to react. And I'm sure tonight, as when we all go to bed, we all go to sleep, that the president is going to do some further damage into Iran, whether he goes after bridges, tunnels, the mountain that's holding, all the possible weapons of mass destruction, the centrifuges, and they just don't want to negotiate. They never did want to negotiate, and that's just the way it's going to be. That's the way it is, because their word means nothing. Let's take a look at the, again, I think my assets walked away, but I think we're on asset either 4, I think number 4, so 3 or 4, I think 4.
Let's start with Iran's surprise attack on U.S. forces. What are we learning?
Well, this took place around 5:45 this evening, CENTCOM says, and as you pointed out, was meant to be a surprise attack on U.S. forces with ballistic missiles, we believe, fired at U.S. bases in Jordan, although at this hour that's not yet been confirmed. This would mark the most significant Iranian aggression in several days after what was almost 2 straight weeks of fighting, then a couple of days of quiet, which President Trump had said was to give space for negotiations. At least some forces in Iran apparently unsatisfied with that space, launching this new attack. This could throw us right back to this muddy, uncertain place we've been in this war over the last couple of weeks, where at some level discussions are still going on, but the two combatants are lobbing missiles at one another. Chloe, it just remains incredibly difficult to see how the war ends in this context.
At what point do you have to say and come to the final conclusion that this regime, they are not going to negotiate? They don't want to negotiate. They think it is a better option to be up in what they believe is in heaven with 70 virgins than being down here on the face of the earth. So, at what point do you give them exactly what they want and what they deserve? And we free the people of Iran. Free the people of Iran. They want back their king, Reza Pahlavi. Send back their king. Let him rule the land. Get the Ayatollahs out of there. Remove the IRGC. And let's just work towards a relationship again with Iran, a peaceful relationship where everybody can prosper. You know, I mean, the news is just they just continue to talk about it. Take a look at again from another news station, another asset on Iran.
Good morning to you, and this goes against everything the president has been saying for days. He has insisted that Iran badly wants to make a deal. Sources tell me he even put off a major escalation in this conflict to give way for diplomacy. But Iran is clearly not interested in that, launching another attempted attack overnight.
Overnight, the U.S. fending off a surprise attack from Iran, knocking down ballistic missiles targeting American bases in the Middle East. Jordan's military confirming they shot down 5 missiles, the move marking a stark escalation in the war. The president had decided to hold off on a massive strike, hoping to revive negotiations. Trump last night once again insisting that Iran wants to make a deal.
We've hit them very hard, and they want to make a deal so badly.
But Iran has publicly shown no interest in that, and the war already showing signs of expanding throughout the region. Saudi Arabia under fire from Iranian-backed groups in the region, shooting down drones in the eastern part of the country. Overnight, the U.S. and Saudi Arabia retaliating, striking Iran-backed proxy groups in Iraq, the first time Saudi Arabia has carried out strikes in that country since the start of the war.
Yeah, I mean, I just like, you know, it's just to me, it hasn't even begun. I mean, you have to release, and today I think Donald Trump came out and says we are going to kick their fucking ass. We are going to kick the shit out of them. That's what he said. They fired on Jordan. We are going to kick the shit out of them. You know, and then the president just you'll see in the next asset the president responds.
We're going to be hitting them very hard because it's our turn to hit them. It's a little more of the same, but it's going to be straightening out. It's going to be straightening out. In the meantime, they know it's coming. They're asking us not to do it, but, you know, they tried shooting it last night. So we had 5 rockets shot going 8,500 miles an hour, and all 5 rockets were knocked down to the ground. But they nevertheless took a shot, so it's our turn. And we'll see if we get there with an agreement at some point, but we're going to hit them.
You know, when the president is that calm, cool, collective, and he's just looking and saying, we are going to hit you hard, I think diplomacy's pretty much come to an end. You know, and the people that say, you know, oh, my God, president says, oh, no new war, no new war. You know, at the end of the day, when you say no new war, but when children and women are being compromised, 3 major executions happened yesterday. Everybody was loading up on social media, loading up on the internet to do everything they can. And did you see that, what that one kid did? They put the bag over his face. They put the noose around his neck, and then he went like this, I love all of you. I mean, courage. I've never seen, I don't remember anybody that I've ever seen just about to lose their lives, and the last thing they say to the world is, I love you, and I miss you, and I'm sorry that I've got to go now. You know, I've had the privilege of getting to know the Iranian people here in the United States of America. They are, what an amazing group of people, assimilated, love America. Many of them Christians, pray to their Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. A lot of them are Persian Jews. They are not Muslims. They were not a Muslim country until they were taken over and hijacked. And you know what? I hope there's a nice place for President Carter. Let it, you know. I hope he's not resting in pain. I got to tell you, one of the worst presidents that we've ever had. And what he was the partaker, what he did to this country is absolutely disgusting. You know, there's so many good people, you know, and I'm still receiving messages from Iran, from so many people. Hey, Midnight, I just want to let you know that we can't respond and reply on your posts because they're watching everything. We can't afford to put our comments and support you on our posts. I can send you a direct message because they can't see that. But they'll see if I comment on your post, and they'll come and take us away. We can lose our lives if we comment on your posts. And there's kids here that are screaming, yelling death to America. I mean, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. So we're going to do everything we can to put a coalition, a revival. We're going to let the enemy that is here at the gates that will let in by the Joe Biden and the Kamala Harris administration, by the failure of their open borders that let very, 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 very bad people into this country. And we are going to let them know that the giant has awoken. I always tell you, be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it. The patriots of the United States of America, without their own government, are the 5th largest army in the world, and they are now woken up. They are waking up from a deep sleep. And I believe that this disgusting ideology that hides behind a religion is going to regret every single day that they thought that they could take over the United States of America. If you have not assimilated, it's time for you to get out. If you do not like this country, you hate it, even if you're a patriot, we would tell you that there's 193 other countries. Maybe it's time for you to get out. If you've overstayed your visa and it's now time for you to go, but you're still here, get the fuck out. Thank you for coming. Appreciate the visit, but now it's time to go. Illegal immigrants, we support ICE. We support our president. We support pro-America, common sense values that we will be in our churches and our temples praying with our families to our peaceful God. When we come back, we will talk more about what's going on with Zohran Mamdani and the deaths of New York on 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic place in all the land. Hey, I'm here getting cleansed up. You know why? Because Sugar Creek Goods is a great place by patriots, making patriot soaps, making me smell nice. And that's what's nice. Who wants to go down the street and smell of somebody bad in New York City? Hey, by the way, what's this thing for?
250 years ago, a nation was born, built on courage, driven by freedom, defined by patriots who stood their ground. Today, we don't just remember that legacy, we wear it. This is more than a shirt. It's a symbol of strength, freedom, and pride. I'm Steve Stern, COO of theflagshirt.com, and I invite you to celebrate 250 years of the United States with us. Wear your pride, stand for something, get your shirts today.
You know what is more disappointing than Gino Visconti, everyone?
My sex life?
No, bad cell service. Let's make fun of Gino. Oh, wait, he's here.
Well, speaking of the opposite of his sex life, these people have towers that are huge, and they're everywhere. And while you're traveling, you can use these huge towers, patriotmobile.com / it bends to the right, I don't have to tell you, TAFW. And then you can talk about me behind my back.
Patriotic people doing patriotic things.
Corporate transfer, fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
It's me, Joe the Box. And I'm John the Blanket with the America First Podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. The Fred Rubino Podcast coming to you from the America First Warehouse.
Welcome, everybody, to the James Justice Show, tearing these airwaves apart with all the craziness that goes on in the world.
Welcome to the Patriots Podcast. Good evening, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the On the Right Side podcast here at the America First Warehouse in Long Island, New York.
Shane Jenkins here with another episode
episode of Liberty's Cage.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Red, Right, and True.
We are streaming live on America First Media and Television app.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free.
All right, we're back with We the People podcast, streaming live at the America First Warehouse. When we left, we were talking about, the war in Iran and what's happening with Dr. Fauci. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like whenever you take a minute to try to process something, whether it's coming at you or your children, well, you're processing one thing, then something else is being thrown at you, and you're trying to process that, but then, you haven't got done processing this, and all of a sudden they hit you over the head with something else. And this thing, with Iran is that there are so many innocent people getting caught in the crosshairs of what this is. And they're losing their lives, and they're being executed. And all they're doing is asking for their freedom. They're only asking for what we take for granted. All these kids that are here, I think that we should do like exchange programs. They should do an exchange program with a kid from Iran and swap them out with a kid here from the United States of America. Like a 30-day swap or 60-day swap. And I'm wondering, after the 30 or 60 days, would that kid from the USA say, "Oh, no, I love it here. I'm gonna stay. Let the kid from Iran stay here, and I'm gonna stay here in Tehran, Iran." I would tend to believe that you wouldn't find one kid that would want to stay in Iran, and surely the children of Iran, if you brought them here, they would never, ever want to go back to the to Iran. They would want to stay here in the United States of America. And then you've got all these people that are so ungrateful. So ungrateful. They have no idea how good they have it and how incredible this place is. The freedom of choice, the freedom of speech, the freedom of travel, the freedom of careers, the freedom of jobs, the freedom to love, the freedom to look at women without covering their faces. You don't know what they look like. A freedom of choice to be a good person. If you're a bad person, that is a choice. As over here, we put our women on pedestals, and we remind them every single day that they are enough. And women, I can tell you out there, listen to me very carefully. If you're in a relationship and your man is not reminding you every single day how much he loves you, just by the little, like, "Oh, I love you," not that kind of love. But that would be nice too, right? But the little things that matter. But if he's not reminding you every single day and putting you on a pedestal and reminding that I love you exactly the way you are, then maybe you're with the wrong man. And vice versa. It could be with the women too. Women, the same thing. You expect to put your man on the top of the mountains. Let him roar like a lion. Don't try to castrate your man. Don't try to castrate your man. Yeah. Men are no good when we're castrated. So, with all the crime that's going on in the country, with this ideology that is here, yelling death to America, you've got people in political positions saying that we are here to stay. We're on every fucking corner here. They're screaming and yelling. We're on every fucking corner. The Americans, they don't understand. We ain't going anywhere. We're taking this over. We're going to put Sharia law in every household. I don't know who the fuck they think they're talking to. Ain't no Sharia law coming to my household. That's not happening. I mean, listen, and there might be a time where you overpower me, but boy, it's going to take a lot of you. Take a fucking arm. He went overpowered at midnight. He's going to take an army. I will go down. I will never, ever lose my life down on my knees. Ever, ever, ever. I will be standing up when they take me down with my hands in the air. You know, there's a lot of work to do. This amazing journey that I'm on, called by God himself. I got to tell you, he stripped me to nothing. There was a moment, he stripped me like a freaking banana. Just peeled me like a banana. Midnight, you're not grateful for this? Take that off. Midnight, you're not appreciative of that? Take that. Midnight, you expected all this? Just kept peeling me until I had nothing. And then until he says, all right, now how you feel? Then you get nothing. And you even have, and when you have nothing, you still have something. And he can still strip you. The almighty, powerful God can still continue to strip you to nothing. And, and then when he's satisfied that you have hit rock bottom, when God has made the decision, okay, we've got the midnight to rock bottom. He's got no hope. He's hopeless. He's laying on his belly. He's curled up there like a baby. He's crying away. That's when and only when he says, okay, let's go. Let's do this. Let's rebuild this warrior. And I promise you, if you hang in there and you can survive that strip down and you don't take your own life, the worst thing you can do is end your own life. As that man, I think it was in Michigan. Terrible. What a horrible story. I think it was coming out of Michigan. What a horrible story. Originally looks like there was a house fire. A father, a wife, 6 children. House burnt down to the ground. Everybody lost their lives in the house. They all burnt. They were all in the house. They all died. And then the forensics came in. And they found something really interesting. In each one of his children was a bullet hole from a shotgun. And there was a shotgun hole in his wife. And there was also a shotgun hole in his body as well. So it looks like to them and to the investigators and in their report that this was a mass suicide. He went in and he took the life of his wife, and then he eliminated each and every one of his children. All 6 of them are not with us today. And then he ended his own life. And you ask yourself, what does a man have to be possibly going through that you can look into your baby's eyes, the loves of your life, the ones that you were there at the hospital, at their first bicycle ride, at the first I love you, at the first hug, when they're nodding their head in the back of the car to their first song around a year old, and they're bopping and say, yeah, that's my baby boy, that's my little girl. And you've changed all those diapers and all those burps and all those crying and all those things that you survive with all of your children, the first of everything. How do you look into your child's eyes? You take their lives like that. That's the devil. That is purely 100% satanic. The devil, and he's working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I tell everybody every night, reach out to your son, reach out to your daughter, let them know that you love them, give them a hug, give them a kiss. You know, you don't know what tomorrow brings. You don't know what next minute brings. You know, I could walk out of this studio right now and, God forbid, make a wrong left or wrong right. I get hit by a car and I'm gone. Or your children too. But, you know, there's a lot to live for. There's a lot to live for, but we also have got a reality is there's also a lot to fight for. This country is the greatest country that this world has ever seen. And we will continue to stand up. We will continue to show up. We will continue to fight. and fight because our president has asked us to do so. He said we the people, you must step up and stand up now. Socialism, communism, they are here. They're trying to take over. They want your country. They want your family. They want your household. They want your freedoms. They want your religion. They want to conquer your Lord and your Savior. And I'm Jewish, and I'm smart enough to know that I live in a Christian nation. So, when I tell you that this country is under siege, it is under siege. And, when you look back at a man like Charlie Kirk, there's only one reason why they took the life of Charlie Kirk. Because he had the ear. His voice had the ear of the people, of the children. The children were listening to Charlie Kirk. They didn't necessarily agree with him on everything. I mean, he had some heavy debatable issues, but at least he gave you your own platform, your own microphone, your own opportunity to have a conversation, to talk, to speak how you feel, to open up, to be vulnerable. You weren't judged. You weren't bullied. You weren't picked on. You were just given some random guy talking to you with a microphone, and you were just some face that he's never seen before, but gave you the utmost respect, as long as you respected him back, because respect does work. It's a two-way street. But I miss Charlie. I mean, I've got my own way how I communicate. We all communicate in our own different ways. I'm a bull at a china shop. I like to walk in a room and just smash fucking doors down. Charlie Kirk will talk you through the door. He was just, there was nothing like this I've ever seen. But, one thing about Charlie Kirk, he was led by his God, his Lord, his Savior, Jesus Christ. And there was no confusing that. Anyway, we're going to go to commercial break in about 5-10 seconds. And when we come back, we're going to talk about my favorite subject, my favorite little Pinocchio. When we come back, Zohar Mamdani. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Woo!
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
Me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of humility. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
Hey, Paul, I was having a pillow fight with Gino's wife.
Me too.
Yeah.
She's
I
not
was
supposed
there.
to stay
I
up that
remember.
late.
I have the video. And now let me tell you, talk about soft. When I think soft pillows, I think of, other than Gino's wife, mypillow.com. Because these are the best pillows you're ever going to get. You can go to mypillow.com /TAFW. Go now, get your MyPillow. Right now.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today.
I got to tell you, a lot of my followers are asking, hey, Midnight, where are you getting all that energy from? I say, you want to know the truth? I take about 25 milligrams of Adderall a day. But that eventually ends, and then that's where a Gara coffee comes in. I start drinking this stuff, and it boosts my energy. It shoots me right through to the moon. If you're not drinking a Gara coffee, and you need that extra boost during the middle of the day, I'm telling you right now, get this into your system, and I promise you that it will absolutely take you to a whole nother level. Midnight, I am out. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
Welcome back to We the People podcast over in streaming out of Long Island over at the America First Warehouse. If you have not checked out our website at theamericafirstwarehouse.com, please make sure you check that out. You can see us streaming live from our own website. You can just go to theamericafirstwarehouse.com. And you just click We the People, and we're live there right now. We're also live on Rumble. I think we're live on YouTube. We're also we're also on Instagram and I think there's Facebook, but I'm not sure. We're covering a lot, and and we're gonna start getting some responders, first responders. Police chiefs and firefighters and politicians, and we're going to do everything we can now to start really getting some important people on here. So as our viewership is growing, but let's talk about New York. I found a clip. It's really interesting clip, because I always said that this mayor of New York, Zohran Mamdani, he's cut out of the same cloth and the same tribe as the Ayatollah Khamenei, the one that was just eliminated out of Iran, the Ayatollah out of Iran. And I'm pretty sure his son is gone too, but maybe not. Who knows? He hasn't shown his face at all. But either way, they've got 100 more Ayatollahs ready to take over right behind them. But I want you to take, it's very interesting, the clip. This clip I think is from the 70s, or probably the late 70s. And look at the speech. I want you to watch the words very closely. Look at the speech from the Supreme Leader back in the late 70s to 2026 or 2025-26 of Zohran Mamdani. Check this out.
We are going to freeze the rent for more than 2 million rent-stabilized tenants and use every resource at our disposal to build housing for everyone who needs it.
دلخوش نباشید که مسکن فقط میسازیم، آب و برق را مجانی میکنیم برای طبقه مستمند.
We are going to eliminate the fare on every single bus line.
اتوبوس را مجانی میکنیم برای طبقه مستمند.
We will make our city one where every person who calls it home can live a dignified life.
شما را به مقام انسانیت میرسانیم.
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, it's truly, if you pay attention to this and you put the pieces together like a puzzle and you understand that 2 + 2 truly equals 4, this is a bad guy. He is a bad guy. Just because he's in a suit and a tie doesn't mean he's not a terrorist. At the end of the day, there is a possibility that not only could this be the most dangerous man to all of New Yorkers and the biggest threat to New York City, but this could be and turn out to be the biggest threat to the United States of America, because Zohran Mamdani, not because he personally is a tough guy, he's a little guy. I can use him as a curling bar. Come here, Zohran. I'm out of weights today. I want to curl you. But he's got the ear of very, very bad people. They listen to him like a dictator. And I think they're afraid of him. And I think Kathy Hochul is also afraid of him. That's why it's very important when November comes that Bruce Blakeman is the next governor for New York. I think the polls now got him tied up She's got to lose. You got to ditch the witch 2026. A vote for Kathy Hochul is a vote for Zohran Mamdani. A vote for Kathy Hochul is a vote for Sharia law. A vote for Kathy Hochul is for burqas and hijabs. A vote for Kathy Hochul is a vote for the Quran. You must ditch the witch 2026. One more time, a vote for Kathy Hochul is a vote for Zohran Mamdani. And now you've got the 25th anniversary coming up of September 11th. Sacred ground. We know who did it. We know who's responsible for it. And by the rhetoric of Mamdani's mouth, he comes running his mouth and running his mouth. We know that you are anti-American on everything you do unless somebody tells you they are going to convert to Islam. You don't give a shit. You're not interested. Unless people are going to put Sharia law into their homes, you don't want to know nothing. And if they don't, they are now considered the infidels. And your God, Zohran Mamdani, tells you that it is okay that if you've exhausted all options and all possibilities to get them converted to Islam and they still refuse to do it, legally by law, you can remove them off the face of this earth. And that's what you follow. And that's what you take pride of. But the people, the survivors of 9/11, their families are putting a petition together. They do not want Mamdani anywhere near the sacred ground of where their loved ones have passed away and lost their lives. Take a look at this next clip of this petition that they're putting together.
Family members who lost loved ones on 9/11 have started a petition calling on Mayor Mamdani not to attend the 25th 9/11 Remembrance Ceremony. The petition on change.org was started about 3 weeks ago and already has over 28,000 signatures. In the description, Giovanni Galante, who started the petition, said, quote, "The family members of those murdered on 9/11 write to express our concern regarding the potential inclusion of Zohran Mamdani in the 25th year commemorative events." He added, quote, "Concerns have been raised about Mr. Mamdani's public positions, associations, and responses to rhetoric that many perceive as hostile, to shared values that he described as, quote, respect for the victims, recognition of the gravity of the attacks, and a clear rejection of the ideologies that contributed to such violence."
I got to tell you, if that many people didn't want me or to be part of, I would, number one, I would really heavily think about and respect their wishes. Why? And number two, why would I even want to be there? You know that you're going to be yelled at and screamed at and disrespected and belittled. I mean, I'm going to be there. I'm going to tell you right now, I will be there. We will be filming live from Ground Zero, Sacred Ground, and I can't wait to see if Zohran Mamdani truly shows up because he said he doesn't care. Don't care what you people think. I'm going to continue to be a Pinocchio. I'm going to continue to lie. I'm going to continue to tell you I care. I'm going to continue to tell you that, oh, there's a piece of me that really is broken about what has happened to the 9/11 people. Like, I really give a shit. Take a look at his responses. I think this is our last clip. Take a look at his response after they are putting thousands upon thousands of people, telling you that he doesn't want to hear. This is Zohran Mamdani's response.
A number of people who are survivors of 9/11 are calling on you not to go to 9/11 memorial services. I wonder how you feel about the fact that they're trying to keep you away.
I will proudly honor the families, the survivors, the first responders forever impacted by that horrific terror attack by standing alongside them at this year's 9/11 commemoration, reaffirming that we will never forget the solemn day felt by all of us who call this city home and, frankly, by all of us who call this country home.
If you are going to respect the families, it is not by standing beside them because they don't want you near them. You will keep away. You will stay in your little Gracie, whatever it is, until 4 years are up. Hopefully that they will find a way to indict you or impeach you by November anyway. Because as far as I'm concerned, You are a bad, bad guy doing very, very bad things, and you are not for we, the people of New York. You surely are for the people of the United States of America. They ask you to keep away. You stay away. We don't want you by our side. We don't want you standing by our side. We don't want you down on the sacred ground. We don't want you anywhere near 9/11 at all. Zero, no, keep away. They're all asking you and telling you that you are not welcome. You wanted to tell Bibi Netanyahu that he's not welcome into New York, which, by the way, he is. You're not welcome to sacred land, sacred ground, where your ideology, your people, you're the ones that are responsible for the loss of life of everybody that lost that day, that horrible day on September 11th. And the people and the loved ones that have been left behind have every right to ask you or to tell you to stay away, keep back, don't come. But you just want to show up because you need the spotlight, because you want to cause chaos and disruption. You want to be the center of attention like a child, because that is your only plan. Your only plan is try to conquer and divide. That's who you are. That's who you will ever be. Just a little man-child, a little Pinocchio on strings. And I always say, one day, Zora Mamdani, he could be a real boy, being puppeteered by a higher power of whoever the hell got you into that mayorship. Somebody was responsible, much more powerful than you, that got you that title of mayor of New York, and now you owe it to them. You owe them your life, you owe them your career, and you surely owe them your loyalty and your alliance, and you're going to do exactly what they tell you to do, and that is the only reason and why that you would show up to a sacred place where you are not welcome at all, sir. You or your anti-Semitic wife. I would suggest that everybody in your circle, in your whole entire family pattern, keep the hell away from 9/11. You're not welcome. You're not wanted. And for once that you've ever been and I've ever seen you, show some respect to the American people. We'll see you streaming on next Wednesday. We have a big show coming up next Wednesday, midnight. I'm out. Woo!